Chapter 11. I Dream of Requiem. Journal entry, Saturday, February 7th, 2032. Seattle, Washington, 2:42 p.m. A soft, briny breeze from the south ushered in the pleasant smells of fresh-baked pretzels, fried seafood, and churros from food carts that dotted the walkway down into Seattle's waterfront, one of its most recognizable tourist attractions. Foghorn blasts bellowed in the distance, mixed with the sounds of seabirds cawing and playing about in the air.
And Kate and I capitalized on the bashful sun's appearance every time it came out.
We were walking down the boardwalk as people from all walks of life, as numerous as the fresh catch of the day, ambled about, talking, laughing, and enjoying what was sure to be one of Seattle's best days of 2032.
Excuse me, sir.
Someone said as a tug on my sweater shifted my attention. I turned around to find a well-groomed Indian man, smiling deeply with a couple of toddlers hanging off him.
Would you mind taking a photo of me and my family?
A stocky and plump Indian woman appeared from behind.
No, it's okay. Ishan, don't bother the man and his wife,
She said, accompanied with a polite nod to us. It may have been the Indian culture that assumed a man and woman walking together must be married, but neither Kate nor I corrected her. Oh, it's really no problem at all, I said, nodding back with a slight bow. I wasn't sure if bowing was just an Asian thing, but they were East Asian after all, so I figured at worst they would just consider me uncultured, which by all respects, I was. Kate looked a little annoyed and gave an audible
If.
under her breath. She had the patience of a person constantly waiting for water to boil. I shot her a wide-eyed glance, which to my surprise volleyed back a look of sorry. Kate had grown up rich and spoiled, and I have spent the last couple of years trying to slowly turn her into a pleasant human being. So far, all I'd managed to do is keep her from transforming into the Wicked Witch of the West, although I do have to keep an eye on her during full moons. I didn't think they heard Kate's grunt of disapproval, so I stepped right over it and continued.
And where would you like to take this photo?
The boy and girl shouted and pointed in the direction of a giant octopus sculpture made of bronze. The father laughed.
Okay, children. So would it be all right to take the photo over there?
He smiled with such an ease that it was clear his true happiness came from his family. Of course, lead the way, I said, as I grabbed Kate's hand and followed the family to the sculpture. Kate gripped my hand tightly and looked at me lovingly. This seemed to come out of nowhere. Perhaps by witnessing examples of kindness, she had her own empathetic moment. I knew Kate had a good heart in there somewhere, and I knew in time I would eventually steal that anger away from her. It wasn't easy to change someone's adolescent conditioning. Kate grew up filthy rich but soaking wet in neglect. Her father, a powerful tech business consultant, was not present in her life. Her mother died at a young age from alcoholism. Shortly after, her father declined into a greedy, power-hungry globalist. Kate became no more than a nuisance to him. Instead of fostering her frail emotions and doting on her, he blamed her for his wife's death and aimed his anger and frustration directly at her. It's incredibly difficult to overcome the addiction of anger when you've been mainlining rejection for so long. I knew Kate perhaps better than anyone, and I knew that, with time, change in her was possible. I, too, was no stranger to anger. I grew up full of rancor and spite, a victim of a broken home. I consider myself to be a fairly pleasant human with most of my major adjustments behind me. If it was possible for me to change and overcome my demons, then Kate would get there too. She just needed some love, support, and understanding. We stood in front of the bronze octopus ready to take the family photo. Its tendrils lurched menacingly over the boardwalk to create the perfect jungle gym for the kids to climb. I assumed they were tourists, but Seattle had a rather large population of Indians and Asians, so they could have also been residents. The kids clambered onto the metal tentacles, shoving each other to gain access to the highest and best spot.
Hishnu, Raya, get down off of there.
The mother ordered, but boasted a smile instead of a frown. It was obvious this family loved each other. The father jogged towards us with his camera in his outstretched hand, then retreated back and stood near his wife, hosting a large and genuine smile across his face. 1, 2, 3. I shouted and snapped the photo. On the screen, as frozen as the octopus, was a moment in time, a captured memory of a family smiling, with the exception of the little boy who chose to twist his face and throw out an arm and leg, mimicking the creature from which he hung. Kate and I gave each other another loving look. We both understood the significance that moment offered. For the first time, I was exploring the possibilities of hope. We could overcome our faults and perhaps start a clan of our own one day. Kate squeezed my hand once more before letting go. She leaned in and whispered,
I love you.